Hey, hey, y'all. Purpose Girl here. So glad to be with you again another night. And I'm really excited because just when I thought that I maybe kind of run the gamut on what I could be grateful for, or maybe when I thought that I could run out of things, or today I saw God. Got together with, and I haven't been doing that. I haven't been journaling, God, I saw you in XYZ today. I have not been doing that part of the challenge consistently. I was doing it earlier on, and I want to get back to that. I want to get back to saying where I saw him. And I guess some of the times when I was saying thank you to him, I could have done that as God, I saw you today. But today I saw God in, I got together with some other interns that are working on their therapy master's degrees. And, they were just asking a question of our supervisor about hours and about pay and it was specifically that someone wanted to know, what do I do? I have to pay my supervisor, but I'm not really getting paid from this. What do I do? And that's where I saw God today. I saw him because he worked it out for me that I would not have to pay my supervisor, that the supervisor that I found fits my context so well because he is a minister as well as a therapist, and that dual context, or that context with those dual roles, and so I saw God gets old, but I've been working and going, and my supervisor's just supervising. And to hear someone asking, what do I do? I can't charge, but I can't pay. And that just renewed. And I saw God in that renewed for me this blessing that he has given me, and that it should never be lost on me. Every day that I did not abide today doing that before I go to bed. I try to do it in the morning before I start my day, so that God, or practicing. Are you doing your deep breathing? Are you doing your thank yous? I was able to thank somebody today specifically, and I didn't realize how good that feels. That really feels good. I don't know why. I can't tell you why it feels so good for me to thank someone else specifically, and to be sure that they understand that something that they did kind of enriched my life. But I was able to do that today. And I was able to, nope, I did some texting today I just sent out one text when I got home today. But other than that, I've been pretty good about, the technology piece, being home today. I did pretty good with that. So how are you facing poverty this week? Are you doing the dressing? Are you taking public transportation? Are you doing the food this week? What are you doing, and how's that working out for you? Drop a comment if you're online right now. Drop a comment. If not, and you watch it in playback on this 21 days, I'm doing the 21. He generally just tries to keep me in good spirits, and he'll be the one to bah humbug. But I've been doing really good with complaining, and I've been doing like it this 21 days. We're not even all the way through. It's day 17, but I really feel a shift in my thinking, because now when something bad happens, not today. Today I was not happy with my office. I don't like when people mess with my stuff. Like same thing in my house. When my kids move my stuff and I can't find my stuff, it drives me nuts. So to walk in my office today, I did not find a good positive flip side to people being in my office and jacking everything up. I did not. But what do you have going on? What are you seeing the flip side? Is this changing your mind about the way you think about your challenges and the things that you face? I still can't find a flip side to today. So I'm a little anal retentive, you can tell. But usually, and throughout this 21-day challenge, I've been able to find a flip side to every situation that feels negative, or everything that I would want to complain about. I can find a praise. And so this is really changing my mind. It's really turning my mind away from being negative, and really to latching on that there is something positive If I'm breathing, there's something positive. If I can walk and talk, there's something positive. Like there's always something positive. So, I guess the positive thing that I could see is that I have an office. I have a job. And so even though things were in upheaval, I have a job. And so I'm really, really kind of excited about that. I want to know, how are you internalizing the forgiveness, the steps of forgiveness? Step one, acknowledge the infraction. Who did it? What they do? Step two, acknowledge the emotion. How are you feeling as a result of what happened? Step three, pray for the perp, pray for yourself, pray for the situation. Step four, address the perp unless there's danger or the perpetrator is violent or has done something violent to you, then you don't address the perp. And then step five is, don't try to punish the perp, because you really only punish yourself. You drink the poison when you don't forgive. How are you internalizing that? And have you, the first day that I kind of talked about it, I put a process in there, kind of like a forgiveness 10-day consecration process. So have you tried that? How are you internalizing this forgiveness? Have you tried it? Have you forgiven anyone? Has it set you free? What are you feeling and experiencing? Please drop the comments in. If you're on, drop the comments in. If you are watching it in playback, please let me know how that's going for you, because I would love to really dialogue. For me, it's been very freeing. It's been extremely freeing to not hold on to things and to really, cut people the same break that I want God to cut me. However, how is it working for you? Because this obviously is not just about me. I could just do this, and I have done this, on my own. I have gone through the forgiveness process. I have done the 10-day consecration several times, to deal with different things that I was forgiving. And so it's not just for me. I'm online and I'm sharing this because it has been very freeing for me. And I want to see more people get free from the stuff that kind of holds you down and binds you. But for me, in that moment where I really start going through the process of forgiveness, it feels like a weight is just slowly but surely being lifted from my shoulders. And particularly, with my relationship with my father, it was very, very freeing. My dad passed in 2015, and I can honestly say I don't have any regrets. I don't have any misgivings, or I can't say, oh, I wish I would have. There's nothing like that I can say, because I went through my process of forgiving things that happened in our relationship, and I loved him. I wholeheartedly had forgiven him. Now, I promise you, I was in the process of forgiving my father for years. Probably at least, gotta be, I can't think of how many years now, but I think it's something like 11 years I was in the process, because, you think you've forgiven someone, you say, hey, I'm forgiven, I'm letting go. I don't. But then, I would notice, particularly with my father, he would say something and I would just get angry on the inside. And I just knew, okay, I haven't forgiven him. If stuff is still bugging me, and it's not even that he would say things to make me angry, he would just say something that, maybe I would feel he's so oblivious to, maybe what I thought he did, or what he did do. He's so oblivious to it. And then that would make me angry. And so I realized that's how I came across this process that I shared with you, because that is the process I went through with my father, and it peeled back layer after layer after layer. But when he passed in 2015, I knew, I grieved deeply, but I knew that my grieving process would have been way different if I had not forgiven him, because at that point, that's it. It's over. He's gone, and there's no work to be done with him after that. And so, but I felt obviously I didn't feel good about his passing, but I felt good about the fact that I had not left anything on the table. I had not, I'm not now mourning that I didn't forgive him sooner, or I didn't, everything was settled between him, and I was able to be with him the last hours of his life. And I wanted to share it because it's one of the most freeing things. and it helped me to embrace the ways that I am like him, and that has been very comforting. And I'm talking about this now. The anniversary of his passing was just last week, and so that's usually a very hard time. But I have come to the place where I'm embracing um, how he is still with me, in that, because I'm like him, I carry pieces of him with me. I'm like him in a lot of ways, and so I carry pieces of him with me. But if I had not come to the place where I could forgive him, then those pieces that I carry of him would instead make me very upset and angry and hurt. But now I can really embrace the ways in which that I'm like him. And so I just really wanted to share this forgiveness process with you all, because it has been very, very freeing for me. And it's given me the opportunity to embrace all that I am, and to embrace God's forgiveness for me, and to better some of the relationships that I'm in. And so I really wanted to give you the opportunity. Remember, from Purpose Girl to you, girl, you are free. I want to hear about it. I want you to tell me the ways in which forgiveness is setting